All right. So I see that there are many that have succeeded with turning on the camera again. Okay, thank you very much for joining us today for this virtual meeting on the Meditari Accountancy Research Call for Papers on artificial intelligence in sustainability accounting and assurance. Do you see my presentation, everybody? Yeah, great. My name is Carmen Olsen, and I am the lead guest editor, and I am an associate professor in accounting, tax, and business. I am joined today by my fellow guest editors, Associate Professor Mercedes Luque Vilches and Associate Professor Sanjaya Sintana Kurpu. And you guys, of course, can add on if on the way while I'm presenting. You just let me know or just speak up. So up to the next session, here is the call. We have an outline for this 30 minutes. We will start with the guest editors presenting themselves in relation to this special call, and then the call itself, the elements, the key elements. And then we will also take on some research to inspire some selected research references in our call that may inspire your work and help clarify the type of research this call, in a way, seeks to attract. And then we will open for your question. So perhaps you can say that, San, while I'm looking through my notes.
Yeah, sure. So just to introduce myself, I'm Associate Professor Sanjaya Kurupu from Adelaide University. So this is down south in the Southern Hemisphere. It's a pleasure to be able to work with Carmen and Mercedes on this particular special issue. So my background is actually sustainability accounting and reporting and NGO accountability. So I've done quite a bit of work in developed and developing country settings. And recently, I've kind of turned my attention to how both of those fields are changing as a result of technology. So technology in a broad sense, like blockchain, artificial intelligence, digital twins, it's all fundamentally transforming what we mean by accounting, auditing, and assurance. And specifically, it's changing what we mean by what sustainability accounting, reporting, and assurance looks like in practice. So that's why I was quite motivated to work with Carmen and Mercedes on this particular special issue myself. And maybe I'll hand over to Mercedes and Carmen to kind of give their motivation and drivers for being involved.
Go ahead, Mercedes. We are changing a bit just to...
Well, good morning, everybody. We are interested in this special issue because we work in the past in some work about assurance and sustainability reporting, and we see the difficulty of integrate this topic with the artificial intelligence and the digital tools. So we think that there is a need, for research more in depth about this topic. Well, it's true that it's a challenging environment because these ideas change very fast in the time. But we think that accounting needs to say something about this digital tool and artificial intelligence in terms of sustainability reporting, but even more important, assurance topics. So this is our motivation, and we hope that you feel motivated also about this topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Mercedes. As I said, I am in the beginning. I am an associate professor in Norway, in two universities actually, Western Norway University of Applied Sciences and Inland University, as it stands here. And like Mercedes pointed before, my involvement in this special issue comes from a recent conceptual research book we have worked on and conducted with actually 13 other colleagues in other places in the world, among others Mercedes. I think I see also Sylvia here and probably others. I'm sorry, I don't see all the people here because I have the presentation up. So we are very happy that you are joining us today too. And the research book that, wait a minute, I'm grabbing it here, if you see it. I just received it actually yesterday. The research book is in a way on artificial intelligence in sustainability accounting and assurance, exactly like this special issue, just have open in a way a wide range of important and still largely unanswered question on this topic. So the special issue builds, of course, directly on this book, as well as other important research that I think Sanyu will present one of the paper. We will present a couple of chapters of this book today, very briefly, just to give you guys an idea and invite papers and motivate you to send us paper that may speak to some of these unanswered question or closely related ones, of course, if this makes sense. No, yeah. So this is a bit how this special issue came about. So on to this. If you want, San, you can perhaps present the focus.
Sure. So thank you very much, Carmen. I guess building on that, what we wanted the special issue to do was examine how AI is reshaping sustainability, accounting, and assurance specifically. What is changing? What is at stake? What good looks like as AI as it becomes embedded in reporting and assurance practices. So it's quite broad ranging, but its focus is on sustainability, accounting, and assurance.
And of course, Mercedes also just add on if there is something we didn't say. So this would be the focus. Thank you, Sam. So from there we have like 8 themes and topics that actually are featured in the call, like about the AI-enabled sustainability reporting workflow, artificial intelligence in assurance processes. These challenges about algorithmic bias, the opacity of the models, the language models, and the model risk, governance and regulation of sustainability, accounting and assurance could be also a way to focus, and very important, of course. I think we agree on that, on the skills. AI influence on the skills, education, and labor market effects. We hear, guys, about what's happening out there among accounting firms and recruitment. So this speaks to that, labor market effects for sustainability accountants and assurance providers. And there are several bullet points, of course, and themes under that, as it's a very big area of research now. in terms to the methodologies, we actually are very welcoming for a broad range of methodological approaches, including qualitative, archival, experimental, even interdisciplinary work, and of course, conceptual and critical work will be welcomed. If it speaks to the journal requirements and quality. Mercedes, can you perhaps remind us of this?
Yes, the submission window opens this month, the 4th of May, the next month, sorry. And the deadline is in December of this year. This is the initial deadline, but we know that, for example, the qualitative research, the case study, we are very interested in case study, in real case studies, no? In order to understand real practice. So maybe there is a possibility to extend the deadline because we know that this type of research takes time, no? And we are looking for a work with high level of quality, no? So initially, these are the dates, the deadline, but we encourage you to do good research, consider the time, but we know that real good research needs time, so we are flexible in this sense.
And Mercedes, if I can add to that, like if you are planning to prepare a submission, please do let us know. So at least we know that you're in the pipeline, and then we can work with you and support you as best as we can.
Okay,
Thank you.
then we thank you, San and Mercedes. These are very important points. So we move. I am looking to the time. So I am going to move. We have spoken a bit about these points, and everything will be available on LinkedIn. We will add this presentation so it's available for you. Regarding research to inspire, we have a lot of very good references in our call. So we're just choosing some few to speak very fast about what kind of research idea this could inspire you to do, or you are perhaps doing the paper that aligns with that, which is very important to know. So please, Mercedes, go ahead and present one of your papers. This is a chapter, so yeah.
So thank you. Well, this chapter is part of the book in sustainability, accounting and assurance that it was led by Carmen this year. This is a conceptual chapter in which we try to define a model in order to understand what can be the main enablers, barriers, and conceptual drivers regarding the topic of artificial intelligence in sustainability, accounting, and assurance. And it's based in the experience, the previous experience of two of the authors, is Paul Griffith and Luis Pereira, because they are professors, they are academics, but they are also practitioners. So we review a previous work that was done in the year 2001, in which the content was different, and we try to connect with the actuality. No? So in that respect, we analyze the enabled driver barriers, and we draw a conceptual framework in order to understand the potential and the limitation of artificial intelligence. So maybe you find interesting to have a look to this chapter in order to inspire your work for the special issue. Thank you.
And this is chapter 5 in the book. So if you are looking up this chapter, this will be chapter 5. So the next one is, another chapter is actually chapter 6 in the same book. And this chapter is co-written with my colleague at the University of Inland in Norway, Hans Roger Ganrud, and we are focusing on assurance, actually. So we are auditing people, so we focused in this one on assurance. It's particularly inspiring for author if they examine, for instance, the exercise of auditors' professional skepticism in the context of artificial intelligence and sustainability reporting and assurance. No, so this would speak to this kind of research. So of course there is a growing demand now for assurance on sustainability reporting, and auditors deliver that. And they need to be professionally skeptical when they do that. So clearly, the chapter, in a way, demonstrate that yes, AI is supporting auditors in their professional skepticism or not. Sometimes, when they do assurance of sustainability reporting, and therefore we would and we are pointing to research that can be done in this area, and where academic research could also perhaps contribute with mitigating unintended effects of AI on auditors' practice and professional skepticism. This would be perhaps the core idea here. So, and I don't know if Hans Roger is here, so he can also add if he wants. But for instance, we see here some of the critical challenges related to that, to exercising your professional skepticism as an auditor. I know something about it as being myself before that an auditor, and Hans Roger also was an auditor before turning into academia. So there are some areas where it needs more research, such as how do you look into the areas of data quality of the sustainability reporting, and how auditors should exercise their professional skepticism in relation to that. And of course, the risks of greenwashing, as we see in the next papers that San will present, is real, is also a bit, even though AI is good, also, it's not that we are denying that, but there are some risks with using AI in sustainability reporting. And also, there are also a lot of discussion on the scope of assurance, and this also presents itself as an interesting area, and we point to that in our chapter, especially in AI-supported engagement now in audit firms. So there are a lot here to dive in. There is a rich research agenda. So if you are doing something related to that, we would like to, of course, receive it. And this would be also, there are also opportunities for empirical and also conceptual and interdisciplinary study to be done in this area, and would align closely with the aims and the bullet points we have presented earlier for this special issue. So over to you, Sam. Yes, I am.
I will be exceptionally brief because we've tried hard to keep it to 20 minutes,
yes,
so that we can allow the questions to come from the audience. But this particular paper was chosen because I think it's a very robust example of how to do a conceptual paper, and it comes from another Emerald journal, so you can kind of understand the structured abstract kind of format and how that should be presented. But the real strengths of this paper are that it reflects on the opportunities as well as the risks, some of which Carmen was talking about earlier, in terms of AI being a transformative force for sustainability reporting. So it can be good, but there also need to be risks that are thought of, understood, and managed. And the paper does really well in this sense in terms of providing a very structured framework for analyzing the opportunities and risks. And it does that through Alverson and Dietz framework, which looks at insights, critiques, and then a transformative redefinition to consolidate and synthesize the field. So in that way, it's actually a very powerful paper that not only reviews the field, but then provides some really solid avenues for future research to build off. So it's a very grounded research agenda because of that succinct framework that they use. And while it is conceptual in focus, because of the way that they critique and redefine the problem set, it allows practical implications to kind of fall out very clearly. So if you're thinking of a conceptual framework or a conceptual paper or a systematic literature review or something like that, then having a framework to be the spine for your study can really help. And with that, I'll close and we'll head into Q&A.
So let me just stop the recording. I'm just taking off this for now to be able to do that.